Vice Chair Rutherford, Sandra Sepulveda, Councilmember Toombs, and Van Reese are already here. So I know Councilmember Murphy, I think, is traveling today and will not be with us, and we may have a couple others join us. But at the moment, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 9 at this moment. So we'll go ahead and get started. Almost everything on our agenda is on consent. It is a lengthy agenda, so that is a good thing that we have so many things on consent. The items that I am recommending or that we need to pull from consent are items number 16, which is BL 2022-1371 by Councilmember Swope. That one is pulled because it's a disapproved bill, but we do have a letter in support. But we'll go ahead and pull that item number 16 from consent. And then item number 25, BL 2022-1546, which is Councilmember Toombs. That has a substitute. Item number 35, BL 2022-1556 by Councilmember O'Connell has a substitute. That was number 35. Item number 40, BL 2022-1563 by Councilmember Hauser as a substitute. And that is it. Everything else I have on marked for consent. Does anyone have anything that you would like to pull other than those items? Oh, that's right. Number 4, I need to pull as well. So anything else? All right, I'll go ahead and read all the captions of the very, very lengthy consent agenda. So bear with me for a moment. Item number 1, Resolution RS 2022-1900. The sponsors are Councilmembers Roten, Withers, and Bradford accepts a grant from the Tennessee Historical Commission to Metro Government to provide a comprehensive countywide cemetery preservation plan for Davidson County. Item number 2, Resolution RS 2022-1913. The sponsors are Councilmembers Roberts, Roten, Withers, and Poley. Approves a participation agreement between Metro Government and Metro Water and ECG 49TN LLC to provide stormwater infrastructure improvements through funding the design and construction of an improved stormwater system. Item number 3, Resolution RS 2022-1915. The sponsors are Councilmembers Roberts, Roten, Withers, and Syracuse. That approves an agreement between Metro Government and the Metro Nashville Airport Authority for use of the property commonly known as the John C. Toon Airport for the development and construction of an aircraft hangar and a lease for the storage of aircraft, aeronautical equipment, and other related materials for the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department. Item number 5, Resolution RS 2022-1925. The sponsors are Councilmembers Rosenberg, Roten, Withers, and Poley. Approves an intergovernmental agreement by and between the State of Tennessee Department of Transportation and NDOT for acceptance of work in connection with the construction of interstate improvements on I-40 interchange at McCrory Lane. For bills on second reading, item number 6, Ordinance BL 2022-1584. The sponsors are Councilmembers Withers and Poley. Authorizes Metro Government to abandon public sanitary sewer mains, manholes, and an easement, and to construct public sanitary sewer mains and sanitary sewer manholes, and to acquire permanent and temporary easements through negotiation and acceptance needed for property located at 28th Avenue North, unnumbered. Item number 7, Ordinance BL 2022-1585. The sponsors are Councilmembers Wither and Pulley. Authorizes Metro Government to abandon existing public water main and easement and to accept new water mains, fire hydrant assemblies, sanitary sewer manhole, and easements for property located at 1904 Hayes Street, also known as Hayes Street Residential. Item number 8, Ordinance BL 2022-1586. The sponsors are Councilmembers Toombs, Withers, and Pulley. Authorizes Metro Government to accept new sanitary sewer manhole for property located at 1317B Baptist World Center Drive. Item number 9, Ordinance BL 2022-1587. The sponsors are Councilmembers O'Connell, Withers, and Pulley. Authorizes Metro Government to accept new sanitary sewer manhole and easement for property located at 1300B Edge Hill Avenue, also known as Edge Hill Townhomes. Item number 10, Ordinance BL 2022-1588. The sponsors are Councilmembers O'Connell, Withers, Pulley, and Evans. Authorizes Metro Government to abandon existing sanitary sewer main and sanitary sewer manhole, to relocate a public fire hydrant, and to accept new public sanitary sewer main and sanitary sewer manholes for property located at 110 Joe Johnston Avenue, also known as Metro Permanent Supportive Housing. Item number 11, Ordinance Bill 2022-1589. The sponsors are Councilmembers Sledge, Withers, and Pulley. Authorizes Metro government to abandon existing public water main and to accept new public water main and one sanitary sewer manhole for 3 properties located at 542, 546, and 548 Rosedale Avenue, also known as The View at Rosedale. Item number 12, Ordinance Bill 2022-1590. The sponsors are Councilmembers O'Connell, Withers, and Pulley. Authorizes Metro government to accept new public water and sanitary sewer main and sanitary sewer manhole for property located at 1010 Church Street. Item number 13, Ordinance Bill 2022-1591. The sponsors are Councilmembers Bradford, Withers, and Pulley. Authorizes Metro government to abandon existing public water main and to accept new public water main and fire hydrant assemblies for property located at 1 Terminal Drive, also known as Atlantic Aviation Hangars. Item number 14, Ordinance Bill 2022-1592. The sponsors are Councilmembers Withers and Pulley. Authorizes Metro government to accept new public sanitary sewer mains, sanitary sewer manholes, and easements for 2 properties located at 2676 and 2664 Sanford Road in Williamson County, also known as the Willowbrook subdivision. Item number 15, Ordinance Bill 2022-1593. The sponsors of Councilmembers Sledge, Withers, and Pulley. Authorizes Metro government to rehabilitate existing public sanitary sewer main and to accept new sanitary sewer manhole for property located at 1264 3rd Avenue South, also known as 3rd and Hart. Item number 17, the sponsor Bill 2022-15. We're on bills on 3rd reading, and that is item number 17, Ordinance Bill 2022-1490. The sponsors Councilmember O'Connell. Amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from OR 20 to SP zoning for property located at 1622 Roosevelt Parks Boulevard to permit 95 multifamily residential units and institutional uses. Item number 18, Bill 2022-1491. The sponsor is Councilmember O'Connell. Applies materials restrictions to the above property. Item number 19, Ordinance BL 2022-1496. We do have a substitute before us. This is sponsored by Councilmembers Benedict, Withers, and Mendez. Applies the Metro Zoning Code by applying a contextual overlay district for various properties located east of Stratford Avenue and south of Fernwood Drive. Item number 20, Ordinance Bill 2022-1505. The sponsors Councilmember Toombs amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from RS10 to R10 zoning for property located at 1906 Manchester Avenue. Item number 21, Ordinance Bill 2022-1526. The sponsors Councilmember Hancock amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from RS5 to RM15 zoning for property located at 335 Forest Park Road. Item number 22, Ordinance Bill 2022-1543. The sponsors Councilmember Parker amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from RS5 to SP zoning on properties located at 504, 508, 512, 516, and 520 Edwin Street to permit 49 multifamily residential units. Item number 23, Ordinance Bill 2022-1544. The sponsors Councilmember Parker. This one applies materials restrictions to the above properties. Item 24, Ordinance Bill 2022-1545. The sponsors Councilmember Toombs amends the Metro Zoning Code by amending a specific plan on property located at 2433 Buena Vista Pike, approximately 721 feet west of East Lane, Zone SP, encompassing 5.01 acres to permit 55 multifamily units. Item number 26, Ordinance Bill 2022-1547. The sponsors Councilmember O'Connell amends the Metro Zoning Code by amending a specific plan on property located at 827 19th Avenue South, zoned SP, encompassing 0.72 acres to permit a maximum of 236,000 square feet of office use. Item number 27, Ordinance Bill 2022-1548. The sponsors Councilmember Parker amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from RS10 to R10 zoning for property located at 515 East Trinity Lane. Item number 28, Ordinance Bill 2022-1549. The sponsors Councilmember Van Rees amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from CS to RS20. By changing from CS and RS20 to SP zoning for property located at 3699 and 3671 Dickerson Pike to permit a multifamily residential development. Item number 29, Ordinance Bill 2022-1550. The sponsors Councilmember Van Rees. This applies material restrictions to the above property. Item number 30, Ordinance Bill 2022-1551. The sponsors Councilmember Toombs amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from CL to SP zoning on property located at 1603 and 1605 Hampton Street to permit up to 60 multifamily residential units. Item number 31, Ordinance Bill 2022-1552. The sponsor is Councilmember Parker, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from RWD to RM20ANS zoning for property located at 842 Cherokee Avenue. Item number 32, Ordinance Bill 2022-1553. The sponsor is Councilmember O'Connell, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from DTC to SP zoning on property located at 500 President Ronald Reagan Way, unnumbered, at the northeastern corner of Rutledge Street and Lee Avenue, encompassing 3.29 acres to permit a mixed-use development. Item number 33, Ordinance Bill 2022-1554. The sponsor is Councilmember Toombs, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from R8 to RM9ANS zoning for property located at 2721 Whites Creek Pike. Item number 34, Ordinance Bill 2022-1555. The sponsor is Councilmember Parker, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from RS5 to R6A, zoning for property located at 109 East Moreland Street, which is within a Daydu overlay district and encompasses 0.17 acres. Item number 36, Ordinance Bill 2022-1557, the sponsor is Councilmember O'Connell. This authorizes building material restrictions for an SP for property located at 1401 Church Street and 112, 116, 118, 120, 124, 128, and 132 15th Avenue North. And then there's a substitute on the primary version of that, but we can go ahead and put the materials piece of that on our consent calendar. Item number 37, Ordinance Bill 2022-1560. The sponsor is Councilmember Parker, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from R6 to MULA zoning for a portion of property located at 1019 Thomas Avenue. Item number 38, Ordinance Bill 2022-1561, as amended by Councilmember Lee, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from AR2A to SP zoning for properties located at 12610 Old Hickory Boulevard and Old Hickory Boulevard unnumbered to permit a non-residential development with warehouse and office uses. Item number 39, Ordinance BL 2022-1562. The sponsor is Councilmember Lee, applies materials restrictions to the above referenced property as part of that SP. Item number 41, Ordinance BL 2022-1564. The sponsor is Councilmember Benedict, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from MULA to SP zoning for property located at 2830 Gallatin Pike. Actually, that should be Gallatin Avenue, I think, but at the southeast corner of Gallatin and Litton Avenue and located in the Gallatin Pike Urban Design Overlay, encompassing 0.36 acres to permit all uses permitted by MULA and liquor sales. Item number 42, Ordinance Bill 2022-1565. The councilmember sponsor is Councilmember Stiles, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from AR2A to MULA-NS zoning for property located at 5088 Hickory Hollow Parkway. Item number 43, BL 2022-1566. The sponsor is Councilmember Hager, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from CS to R6A zoning for properties located at 305 and 308 Bridgeway Avenue. Item number 44, Ordinance BL 2022-1567. The sponsor is Councilmember Rutherford, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from SP to MULA-NS zoning for property located at 6220 Nolensville Pike, approximately encompassing about 3.23 acres, all of which is described herein. Item number 45, Ordinance Bill 2022-1568. The sponsor is Councilmember Parker, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from OL and RS10 to RM20A NS zoning for properties located at 525, 527, 529, and 531 East Trinity Lane. And finally, item number 46, Ordinance Bill 2022-1569. The sponsor is Councilmember Syracuse, amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from CS to MULA or MUL-NS zoning for property located at 2425 Atrium Way. And I believe that concludes our consent calendar. Do any of those items need to come off the consent calendar for any reason? Councilmember Bradford. You're recognized.
Thank you, Chair. Can we pull item number 3, RS 2022-1915? I have a couple questions.
Item number 3? Good. Okay, anything else? From any other members? I'll call on Vice Chair Rutherford.
I move approval of the consent calendar.
Thank you so much. Is there a second? We have a motion properly seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great. We'll now move on to our items for consideration. The first of these is item number 3. This is Resolution RS 2022-1915. The sponsors are Councilmembers Roberts, Roten, Withers, and Syracuse. It approves an agreement between Metro Government and the Metro Nashville Airport Authority for use of the property commonly known as the John C. Tune Airport for the development and construction of an aircraft hangar and a lease for the storage of aircraft, aeronautical equipment, and other related materials for the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department. And Councilmember Roberts is not present. Could I get Vice Chair Rutherford, would you move the item?
I move approval.
Thank you. And so Councilmember Bradford had some questions, so I will start with Councilmember Bradford.
Thank you, Chair. I wasn't sure if this was the appropriate committee to ask these questions, but do we know, like, my understanding is this is to design a new hangar for the new helicopters that MNPD has purchased. My question is, if that's the case, what are we using now? Is this a replacement? Is this a renovation? Where are they currently being stored now? Those are kind of the questions I have on this, and why I wanted to kind of pull it from consent so we can get that information.
Okay. Would the administration or someone else be best to design it? Commander Gilder, would you mind enlightening us on this one?
Sure.
Thank you.
So the Chris Gilder, Metro Police Department. So this is for a new hangar for the new helicopters that we just acquired. The existing hangar that we were utilizing has been there. It's housed at the training academy, which was the academy itself was built in the early 70s. I'm not sure when the hangar was constructed, but it's too small to actually house these helicopters. So that's why we had to acquire a new facility for that.
Okay, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. And thank you, Commander Gilder. Is there any other discussion on this item? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great. Next is item number 4. This is Resolution RS 2022-1924. The sponsors are Councilmembers Withers and Roten. This approves an application for a Brownfields community-wide assessment grant from the EPA to Metro Government, acting by and through Metro Planning, to evaluate the presence of environmental contaminants within properties along the East Bank having a history of industrial use. I'm the sponsor of this one, and I'm going to withdraw this one at this time. So, our next item for consideration is item number 16. And the caption for this one, this is Substitute Ordinance Bill 2022-1371. The sponsor is Councilmember Swope. This amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from AR2A to SP for property located at 6663 Knowlesville Pike to permit the operation of an appliance sales and repair business for the property, all of which is described herein. This particular item was disapproved by the Planning Commission due to it not meeting policy. I'm happy to have staff talk about it if we feel like we need to, but do any members have any questions about this for staff? We do have a letter from Councilmember Swope requesting support. Councilmember Bradford, go ahead.
Could planning let us kind of go over why this was a disapproved bill?
Go ahead.
Certainly. So the request was a rezone that would permit non-residential use, commercial use within a policy that supports only residential use. And so therefore it was just a pretty straight policy read from our side.
Any other questions, Councilmember Bradford? Vice Chair Rutherford, can I call on you for a motion?
I move approval.
Thank you. Is there a second? We have a motion Properly seconded. Any other discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great. Thank you, everyone. I believe our next item is number 25. This is Ordinance Bill 2022-1546. The sponsor is Councilmember Toombs. This authorizes. What do we do? Is the substitute on the materials? Oh, okay. Yeah, there's three. Okay. So this one, we have to pull it because there is a substitute, but I'll go ahead and read the caption. This is materials restrictions for a specific plan for properties located at 2433 Buena Vista Pike. And it's my understanding the substitute is housekeeping in nature. Is that correct, Councilmember Toombs? Go ahead.
Yes, Chair, it is. It's a housekeeping substitute.
Okay. Sure. Planning would like to help us understand.
Yes, in the case number in the caption, there were a couple extra numbers tacked on at the end that didn't need to be there. So it's simply a cleanup. Everything was noticed properly with the correct case number. So it's just a minor change.
Okay, thank you. Councilmember Toombs, would you like to move your bill?
Yes, Chair.
Or the substitute, rather?
I'd like to move the substitute.
Okay, is there a second? So any other discussion on the substitute? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Any abstentions? Great. Would you like to move the bill as substituted?
Yes, I would, Chair. Move it substituted.
Wonderful. And is there a second? Great. All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Terrific. Glad we've got that squared away. Our next item is number 35. This one is Ordinance Bill 2022-1566. This is, or 1556. This is Councilmember O'Connell. This amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from MUI-A to SP zoning for properties located at 1401 Church Street and 112, 116, 118, 120, 124, 128, and 132 15th Avenue North, encompassing about 3.85 acres, to permit a mixed-use development with non-residential units and a maximum of 1,350 multifamily residential units. And there is a substitute on this one. I'll go ahead and call on planning to explain the substitute.
Hi, the substitute is a substitute to get the Planning Commission approved or recommended plan and conditions incorporated into the bill. So those are, it's just to reflect the Planning Commission recommendation.
Great. Thank you so much. Councilmember O'Connell.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Just wanted to recognize in case you had any additional comments. So.
No, I think we have heard the discussion on this. I think we're ready to go.
Okay, so you'd like to move the substitute? Mm-hmm. Great. Is there a second? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? And Councilmember O'Connell, would you move your bill as substituted?
I'd like to move as substitute. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Wonderful, thank you. Is there a second? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposition? Any abstentions? Wonderful. So we've got that out of the way. And then finally, we have item number 40. This is Ordinance Bill 2022-1563. The sponsors are Councilmembers Hauser, Rosenberg, Stiles, and others. This amends the Metro Zoning Code by changing from SP to SP on properties located at 7730 and 7734 Highway 70 South at the corner of Highway 70 South and Harpeth Valley Road, encompassing 3.42 acres to permit a hospital use. And there is a substitute on this. Councilmember Hauser, let me go ahead and recognize you.
Yes, what the substitute references were the adjustments that the neighbors had asked us to make, in which we are closing the entrance to Harpeth Valley Road, so that no longer exists per the request, and we are moving the entrance onto 70S to align with the current cut-through entrance to the commercial area across the street. So those are the two things that we're changing, and that's everything else is the same. We just closed off the entrance that would access the neighborhood and moved a few feet the entrance onto 70S so that it will align properly with the development across the street and be an appropriate place for a future stoplight.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for that explanation. Anything to add from the planning table or anything like that? Go ahead.
It also adds all of the conditions that were made as a recommendation of the Planning Commission.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Having said that, could I get Vice Chair Rutherford, would you make a motion on the substitute?
Motion on the substitute.
Wonderful. Is there a second? Any other discussion? All in favor, please say aye. Any opposed? Any abstentions? Vice Chair, would you call the bill as substituted?
Motion for approval on the bill as substituted.
Thank you so much. Is there a second? Any other discussion? All in favor? Any abstentions? Any opposition? Wonderful. And I believe that concludes the business of the, at least for our agenda. We are going to have a presentation from Mr. Claxton on the capital improvements budget, but the planning department is still working through some stuff, and we also have lots and lots and lots on our agenda. So stay tuned for an announcement for when we'll include that. Maybe at our next planning and zoning committee, we'll include that after the first of the year. We'll see how that agenda goes. But with that, I will declare our committee meeting adjourned. Thank you.
This has been a service of the Metro Nashville Network. If you would like to see this presentation again, or for more information on this and other programs, visit nashville.gov.